What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I actually went back home. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you saw that I went back to Nigeria for my brother's wedding, and it was a blast. I had so much fun. The whole family was together. I had a great time. I got my hair done back home. I got these twists put in there. Can you believe it was the equivalent of like 40 bucks? And I had like 2 people work on my hair, and then 3 people like basically finished it up. So 2 people started off, and then a 3rd person came and finished it. And I had this done in under 4 hours. And it's the first time I've had braids or twists this long, and I've loved every minute of it. I've actually had this on my head now for 2 months. I've been meaning to take it out for a while, but I've been trying to hold out for you guys because I wanted to shoot this video before I take the twists out. So basically this video is all about how I've maintained my twists up until this point. So, as many of you know, one of the things about getting braids or twists done is the maddening itch. Sometimes my scalp is just like on fire and it's itchy. Not really sure what causes it, but I will say that what I'm going to show you, what I've been able to figure out for my hair, because I've experimented with different things, has been like the answer for me. I have been basically itch-free throughout this period. My hair is flourishing. It's been great. It's been really great. So anyway, without babbling for too long, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. So for my day-to-day hair maintenance, it's very simple. What I do is I'm using a leave-in conditioner. This is all you really need, and you can use any leave-in of your choice. I happen to have this one at home by Curly Kids. It's the Mixed Texture Hair Care Curly Cream Leave-In Conditioner, and this is something I just picked up for my kids, so I ended up using it, and water. And you need a bowl and a whisk. I don't use this whisk for cooking. This is really just for my hair care experiment, so this is solely for hair care, and that's all you need. So basically you want to just take scoop out the leave-in conditioner, and I just eyeball it. I don't have any measurements or anything, because I don't want to get my hands dirty. I'm just gonna try to get some in there. So this is what I have in there. It's a nice sizable blob. As I said, I just eyeball it. And then I'm gonna add water to this, okay? And it can be cold water. You don't need warm water, just basically room temp water. So I'm adding water, and then now I'm going to basically whisk. And I'm going to whisk this until this, made a mess there, becomes a homogeneous solution, meaning all of it dissolves and it's one solution. So I don't want to see blobs or anything like that. And the reason I do it in a bowl is because I tried doing this in my spray bottle by just adding the conditioner directly into water and just shaking it up, but it didn't form a homogeneous solution. There were blobs in it, and it was, it just wasn't what I was looking for. So you just basically do this until you have that solution, I was saying. This looks pretty good. I see some more blobs, and you do this until you're satisfied with it. So this is all I have here, and then I'm just gonna pour this solution into my spray bottle. And you can use a funnel for this if you want. So I've poured the solution into my spray bottle, and that's it. This is all I do every day. I basically spray some directly onto my scalp, not onto the braids itself, but my scalp. And I make sure I spray this as well along my edges. And I don't get too heavy-handed with the spraying because I don't want it to be wet. I just want my scalp to be moisturized. And that's it. And if you want, you can spray it along the braids itself, but I'm not doing that a lot just because I have natural hair, and once it gets wet, it starts to curl up, and then I don't want it to show through. And that's it. So, and then I just brush my edges. You can use a smaller comb for this, of course, but this is all I had right here. So, and that's all I do every day when I get up, and that really refreshes my scalp. It moisturizes my hair because it's moisture. It's basically water, and the leave-in conditioner keeps it soft. This honestly takes all that itch away, okay? But I have another step to this, so hang tight. So the solution I showed you earlier is really my day-to-day. I spray that every day or every other day, depending on what I feel like my hair needs. But once a week though, I do more of a deeper clean. Now, some people like to shampoo their hair or co-wash their hair when they have braids in. I learned the hard way not to do that, because there was a time I did that. I shampooed my hair, and as I mentioned earlier, because I have natural hair, of course, it basically, the hair inside the braids kind of shrunk and went into the natural state, because I usually blow dry before I braid, and started peeking out of the braids itself, and it just looked a hot mess, and I had to take it out earlier than I wanted to. So I was like, well, I'm never gonna do that again, but I have to find a way to clean my scalp, because I don't want to go however long with braids and not have a clean scalp, because that's what ultimately contributes to buildup and therefore itching. So what I did this time around was to get, you just basically need water, vinegar. You could use apple cider vinegar, you could use distilled white vinegar if you want, whatever you have in hand, and baking soda. Now the baking soda is optional, but you definitely need the water and the apple cider vinegar, okay? So you want to get equal parts water and apple cider vinegar. I have a measuring cup here with me. This is 1/4 of a cup. So I already have water in here. Now, just a tip, it's probably better to use filtered water for this. You don't have to. You can use tap water if that's all you have, but filtered water already has a lot of impurities out, and some of the things that could cause buildup, you know, especially if you have hard water. You know, you don't want to add that to your hair, because you're just basically adding some of these elements into your hair. So filtered water is better. If you don't, tap water is fine. So basically I already have 1/4 cup water in here. So I'm gonna add 1/4 cup apple cider vinegar in here. Okay. So now this solution alone is enough to clarify your hair. As you all know, apple cider vinegar has really great clarifying properties, and it basically breaks up any buildup and takes it out. The reason you want to dilute it is because this is way too acidic to put directly on your scalp, so that's why you dilute it with water. So as I said, this by itself is fine, but adding baking soda to this takes it up a notch. It basically helps to even basically makes it a stronger build-up breaker, if that makes sense. So this is optional though, and you only need a smidge. Now when you add this, it's going to cause a reaction, so it's going to cause this to bubble up a little bit. That's fine, that's normal, don't be alarmed, and that's kind of what you want to expect anyway. So once I add this, I'm not, you know, I don't want to wait until the reaction dissipates. I want to get in while the reaction is going and get that on my scalp, and I do that by using an old t-shirt. You can use an old t-shirt, you can use a microfiber towel, you can use cotton pads, but I don't recommend using that, just because some of the cotton pieces could break off in your hair, and that could be a pain just taking out. But if that's all you have, that's fine. I happen to have an old t-shirt. This is for one of my kids. This doesn't fit either of them anymore, so that's what I'm gonna use. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the baking soda. I'm gonna try to see if you guys try to angle this so you guys can see the reaction I'm talking about. And I don't have a measurement for the baking soda. I am just adding a smidge. Can you hear that? That's the reaction going. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and just put on my scalp like so. And you don't want to be too aggressive when you're rubbing on your scalp. You want to do it gently because you don't want to cause friction. Okay? So this helps to break up any buildup from the week, from your natural oils and sebum, as well as the leave-in conditioner you've been applying. So in the past, I used to use oils on my scalp when I have braids. I didn't do that this time, and it made a world of difference. I didn't have as much buildup. Well, actually, I'll show you. I use a little bit of oil, but not directly on my scalp. But by not adding it to my scalp, I had less buildup overall. Don't forget those edges, especially if you use gel to lay them down. You want to try to make sure you clean that up. Okay, and that's it. And this I do once a week. So once I'm done with this part, then I take that same solution again, and then I spray on my scalp, because again, even though I diluted this, you don't want your hair smelling like apple cider vinegar. That's not a good look. So this, the scent of this kind of masks it, and my scalp doesn't remain as acidic, just because, again, apple cider is a little acidic. So just spray ever so lightly. Again, don't be heavy-handed unless you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so once I spray on my scalp, then I just lightly spray along the braids themselves. Again, not heavy-handed, and I just make sure all that moisture is there. And this is when I add oil. Now for braids or twists, you don't want to use a heavy oil like Jamaican black castor oil, because that will just lead to buildup very quickly. You want to use lighter oils like coconut oil, marula oil, argan oil even. I happen to have coconut oil. This is almost done, but I just have a little bit of that, not too much, and I rub it in my palms and just go over my hair or the braids. And this I just do, again, along the length of the braids. I don't do it directly on my scalp, because remember, our scalp has natural oils. So because I'm trying to avoid buildup, I don't put the oils directly on my scalp anymore. And that's it. And then I brush my edges once I'm done. And that's it. I just leave it to air dry. It's not wet, it's just a little bit damp. And that's it. This is what I do once a week. And this whole regimen has helped me tremendously. As I mentioned, I don't have the itching. I don't have the flakiness that used to plague me when I do braids or twists. This has been a game changer for me, and I hope it helps you guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching as always. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. And I'm on social media. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at SimplyFunmi. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.